What's going on, Scorpio? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for September 2024 for the rest of the month. So in this reading, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from Spirit and your angels for you regarding the rest of September 2024. So before we begin this reading, Scorpio, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Scorpio. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy and we'll see what's coming your way for the rest of September. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Scorpio. Why do I feel like someone's going to have a mental breakdown as a result of a new beginning in your life? Are you... Yeah, hold on. All right, Scorpio, really interesting energy that you got going on here. Before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off for you with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And these oracle cards contain the energy that you need more of for September 2024. And the first one here is El Moria, Awakening Presence. So this card says the universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. So this is really about, this card, Scorpio, is about spiritual protection at this time. It's really important that you are not allowing your energies to be mixed up with certain people who have every single opinion about how you should be living your life at this time here. El Moria is a person who came from a very powerful family and ended up changing his name. And this is someone who was said to intercede during some of the invasions in India, both physically and spiritually. So we're dealing with a very powerful energy, and it's representative of what the frequency of being Zen can do for you in your life. Because when you're Zen and you don't have extra thoughts running around, you know how they say, Scorpio, like humans only use 10% of their brain. A lot of that comes down to the unnecessary thoughts that we allow to run rampant. So basically, I feel like there's this streamline of focus that the universe is asking you to have in the rest of September, and part of that is just going to be very meditative. Okay, where the best spiritual protection is to protect yourself from your own thoughts. So anything to do with meditation and that such. And there's a game that monks used to play at like a monastery, where like the head monk would set up the game where he would say, all of you other monks go to your rooms now, and if I am able to sneak up on you and tap you on the shoulder without you realizing it, you are not actually in a state of Zen. You are drifting. You are not here. You are in your mind. And so the Zen master used to basically, there was like this monastery with different rooms for, different monks, like minimalist lifestyle stuff. But if the monk could go into your room and tap you on the shoulder, you lost the game because you were not vigilant. You weren't here now. You had thoughts running around. Maybe you were writing something and he's like, gotcha. So in the month of September, for the rest of September, you need to be like the watcher. Almost like you're waiting for an intruder. Picture, no thoughts coming in your head, just stillness, observation, not paranoia, but it's almost like the frequency of a cat. The frequency of a cat is very, cats are literally like Zen masters. I've learned so much from cats. So be like a cat here. Now you also have Mercury, open communication. This is about getting a weight off your chest. It's definitely a time to combine communicating with a sense of presence, which always indicates a high quality communication. So Mercury, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. So what I feel from this here, Scorpio, is there's some very intense conversations that you're going to have with people for the rest of September, but it's really about the quality of your consciousness as you're communicating will make the biggest difference in the world. So a lot of you here, there's this energy of you going really deep within yourself lately, and for some of you, it's going to be about overcoming the voice in your head that polices yourself, that like stops you from actually digging deeper into your soul and aligning with your true desires. But for most of you, this is going to be talking to someone who doesn't agree with your life decisions. What I got from the beginning of this reading, Scorpio, is that someone here is going to have some sort of mental breakdown about you having a high quality form of communication, and about you basically realizing that right now in your life, it's time to take a risk, and I don't feel like many of you are completely happy with your current situation. So what Spirit is asking you to do here, Scorpio, is it's asking you to have a bunch of high-quality no's. If someone asks you to do something, Scorpio, can I borrow your car? You can be like, no, you always ask me to borrow my car, which is going to create like an argument. Or you could just be like, no. But it doesn't have any resistance attached to it. So this month is like about like dissolving the fat around your communication, and that's not in a negative connotation. It's more just so communicating very directly from a very focused mind. And that will improve because for this month, if you're not careful, there could be an energy of something that's blocking a new beginning from coming into your life. There's an energy of you getting caught up in dramatic entanglements. And for a lot of you, this is within your own mental landscape. This is your own planet within your own head that you've created. But for many of you, there's a Queen of Swords here. There could even be a person trying to manipulate you out of your desires for some of you here. The next energy that you need is faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. Okay, so faith energy. There's definitely something about faith in humanity in general, because right now on the planet it is a difficult time to have faith in the trajectory collectively of where we are all going. And so because we are in a time of chaos here, your opportunity for the rest of September is the 10 of Cups. This is really about what you desire on an emotional level and your long-term emotional goals and your sense of happily ever after. Spirit is really calling you to not lose faith in this for the rest of September, Scorpio. Have faith that you can create a community of people that feels good to you, that you can. But right now, a lot of you are actually letting go of, this is just a blanket term that can induce a lot of opinions, but basically you're moving through karmic relationships. You're escaping the matrix in terms of certain people in your life that are just programmed. But a lot of you are going to start to realize that those people are reflections of you. Because I've had a very, some of you Scorpios that are intuitive can like tune into energy, and you guys are some sort of mental psychopaths, so you probably, I know a lot of you are keeping tabs on me, and just like the amount of clearing that I've done recently has been absolutely insane. But something that I've realized is that a lot of the kind of like trails that, like, I don't know why I'm having a hard time finding words today, but a lot of the matrix within myself was represented in the form of people in my life, like other people embodying the exact frequency that I didn't realize was within myself. So a lot of you, when you run into a problem with a Queen of Swords, or when you run into a problem this month of someone it's either really difficult for you to create a new beginning, or for others of you, someone is going to be having a mental breakdown about your new beginning. Now, keep in mind that some of you, this new beginning is going to be pretty well off, like you're in the thick of things. But for others of you, this is going to be a declaration of your own emotional independence, moksha, to be emotionally free here. So it's an interesting energy. Like I said, your opportunity is the 10 of Cups. So this is about your, what you desire on an emotional level. Your challenge is the 4 of Cups here. The 4 of Cups. And so there's definitely a challenge for you to create emotional stability at this time. And this is also the energy of apathy, rejection. Now, here's the thing that I get from this reading that's going to freak a little bit of you out. There's something about someone around you that could be really upset with some of the recent changes that you've made in your life, particularly on an emotional, spiritual level, that is going to try to manipulate you out of doing something that you desire. But for many of you, the challenge is to realize is that this person is a reflection of a frequency that already exists within you. So instead of getting mad at the person, it's up to you to really embody a state of presence when you communicate. Because understand, it's always you against you. The people that you manifest in your life, they always have something to show you. And it's about what's going on in your inner landscape. And that's not something to avoid, because you can be killing it in life. Like any level that you get to, there's always going to be another level. There is no stop to desire and expansion in this life. So this is going to continue to happen throughout your life. But right now you're at this big threshold where the 4 of Cups in your challenge, Scorpio, is there. It's almost like you're either going to have to reject someone in your outside world, or you're going to have to reject yourself by accepting someone who doesn't want the same things as you. So there's this real, I feel like there's this real discrepancy between I have to choose myself or I have to choose this person. I have to choose this person's approval, or I have to choose my own approval. Because if you start to approve of yourself and the new direction that you want to move in, I sense that it's going to create an extreme amount of pain and suffering for someone around you. Now, a lot of you are at that threshold where it's like if you choose to honor someone, but to disrespect, if the only way that you can honor someone is to disrespect yourself, we have a problem. And that's the problem that a lot of you are facing, is that if you wanted to honor yourself and what Spirit's telling you to do, and a lot of you, it's going to be creating a much more simple lifestyle that's fun, that's not containing a lot of this karma. You're going to have to disrespect either yourself, or you're going to have to navigate someone else disrespecting you as a result of a major lifestyle change, is literally what I get here. Okay, so once again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't here. But this is a time in September 2024, Scorpio, where your destiny is actually coming on board. Like some sort of fated event is happening for you in September, but guess what? What? You don't see it coming. Let me repeat that. There is a fated event coming in. I feel like for a lot of you, it has to do with you realizing your own worth as well, your own sense of value. And oftentimes when you realize your own sense of value and worth and you start to respect yourself, it's not this moment where we feel amazing. It's not this moment. It's like the sky is opening and I know how much I know that I'm great. It's like this feeling of like, oh my God, I'm great, and I've been allowing myself to get sucked into the mud for so long. Like a lot of you are like, I'm getting a visual of you walking on quicksand now. A lot of you could be walking on quicksand and you know that you're walking on quicksand, but you're just like, I'm in the quicksand. What am I supposed to do here? Well, there's a destined moment where you're going to get pulled out of that. But some of you are going to actually get pulled by the quicksand into the underworld for a little bit, just to awaken your presence and spiritual protection, to rise the hell out of it, get picked up by a helicopter and be dropped off in a grassy field with horses, people, and 10s of cups. So take it as this resonates, leave what doesn't, as always, but let's look at your overall general energy. I feel like a lot of you are realizing that it's not about escaping the matrix in the outside world. It's about escaping the matrix within yourself, that when you do that will basically allow you to escape the matrix that you created in the outside world. A lot of you are going to have, let me repeat this, a lot of you are going to be mentally disturbed this month because you're realizing how much of your own life is your responsibility. There's something about extreme ownership, you taking extreme ownership of your own life here and realizing that if you don't make yourself happy first, it's going to be impossible for you to make other people happy. So the major theme here for you is that there's going to be some sort of logical disturbance because you're getting so much spiritual downloads here. You have the Page of Wands, the Hermit, and the Queen of Swords in reverse, Scorpio, for September 2024. And I feel here that there's this fun adventure that Spirit is calling you to go on. There's this new adventure, but it's all happening within you right now. The Hermit is a card that goes within. The Hermit is a card, it's like Virgo energy, but it also, Virgo and Scorpio are very related, right? And so this energy is you really having so many downloads, and this is about self-reliance for a lot of you here. But it's not that you're going to be, creating your own happy bubble where you don't have people around you. Your opportunity is the Ten of Cups here. There may be people around you that as you shift your energy within you are willing to go on this journey with you, whatever that means for you. But you have the Queen of Swords in reverse right next to the Hermit. So I feel for many of you, there's going to be someone who's having a mental breakdown as a result of you owning your own spiritual presence. Because you need the energy that you need more of is El Moria, and then you have Mercury. So you're going to be communicating with people through this like very grounded, calm presence. They're going to be used to the old neurotic version of you basically showing up. So I feel like there's this shift that's going to cause a lot of disturbances to people who have basically mentally labeled you and put you in a box in their life. You're no longer showing up as the character that they're used to. So that's also going to be new for you, but it's going to be new for them. But for many of you as well, if this is Queen of Swords is not to do with another person, your logical brain is probably getting a little bit flipped out. That's what I feel, and it's like you're gonna have to integrate this. You need Mercury, which is all about logic, but this is a time for you to really understand your own inner landscape and how that inner landscape literally draws events, people, and circumstances to you. And it might be a little bit hard for you to actually take accountability and ownership of what your inner landscape is currently like, and then what changes you need to make to feel better within yourself. Because there's definitely that dynamic going on where the challenge is to create emotional stability for yourself, but I feel that this also contains the seed of like someone is feeling rejected, someone is feeling left out in the cold, particularly if you decide to do something new, because a lot of you will. Like I said, in what you don't see coming, you have the Five of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. So there's this new physical beginning surrounded by mental anxiety and emotional pain. There's a new beginning for you. This could be you really focusing on your physical health as well. The Ace of Pentacles is about a new beginning in the physical world. It's a new project that you want to do. It's about you exercising more, meditating more, something to do that will improve your earthly experience here, but it's surrounded by the Five of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So there could be something that you're actually having a lot of courage to do, Scorpio. I feel like there's an action that you're going to take that is the right thing to do. That you're like, whatever the consequences of this new beginning is, like, I'm going to have to eat that. I'm just going to have to deal with it because I know that it's the right thing to do. And a lot of you, guess what? What are you acting on? Faith. That's what this is about, Scorpio. There's a new beginning here in your life where the Ten of Cups and your opportunity is all about acting on faith. Most of us are not at the happily ever after journey yet. So there's this element of you actually taking a physical action based on faith that I feel a lot of people around you are simply not only going to not understand you in this decision, they're going to misunderstand you in this decision. So that for a lot of you, there could be a new person that you're entering into a relationship with that's going to cause a lot of people to flip out. There can be someone that you are no longer going to talk crap about in front of another person. It's going to cause them to flip out. And the Queen of Swords in reverse right next to the Hermit, I just honestly, like, the energy is you're being extremely calm, grounded, focused on what the universe is actually trying to tell you, and then you're dealing with a lot of a person's ego here. It's like you're upsetting someone's ego here, and you might even be upsetting your own ego temporarily by taking a risk, but I think it's going to pay off for you. Now, in your advice, you have the Two of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Cups. A lot of you are at this big, you have two paths in front of you. And the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune is a new beginning relating to your destiny. And this is definitely that watery frequency that you have all over this reading. So a lot of you, there's a new destined relation. Spirit is saying that there's a new destined relationship coming in for you in terms of love. That whether it's just business, romantic, whatever. I feel for many of you, if you're single, it can be romantic for sure. That is absolutely destined for you. And that's why you're having this little bit more extra courage, I feel, boosting you this month. But you also have the Two of Wands. So this reading is asking you to weigh your options here. And it's almost like you're a little bit damned if you do, you're a little bit damned if you don't. And if you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, then you might as well choose the option that's actually going to make you happy. If you know that you have to face pain going down a path that will actually make you happy, or you have to face pain going down a path that's just going to keep you stuck in falseness, then I think that most of you are going to actually choose to act on faith, which is choosing to believe in something that is not currently here. You want to know what a lot of the people's problems is that are around you? Is that because the Hermit is someone who can see something that's not here. They're tapped into their inner landscape. And a lot of you, your inner world and the plans that you're making and these new opportunities with the relationships, they're starting to get really fun. Like, they are starting to really outweigh the consequences. But when you act on faith and you say, hey, I have my inner landscape under control. I know exactly where I'm going. Even though I don't know how I'm going to create it, I know I'm going there. This is where your own logical mind or other people's logic is going to be really upset. So you're going to have to ruffle some feathers in September 2023. Remember to speak with presence, open communication through a grounded presence, and act on faith. So a lot of you, this is going to be about as well, and I wish I said this in the beginning. A lot of you have to not really tell people about this new relationship, or you have to realize that people can ruin good things. Now, I get there's a feeling that you're going to have to tell someone something, like, I'm shifting my lifeline, I'm going to do this. But here's the predicament that a lot of you are in. You can either tell someone what your plans are and risk them infecting it because they actually don't want you to succeed at it deep down, despite what they're telling you. That's this Queen of Swords in reverse. Someone around you you already know that they're not going to agree with this. And this is your long-term wish fulfillment and what you actually want. You already know that the people, the family, the friend, whoever it is, are not going to agree. So you can either tell them what you're shooting for and risk infection of that dream, or you can move kind of more mysteriously and in silence, which is also going to make these people go down a really weird path. So that's why, like, the advice is, look, you have a new positive emotional experience coming in for you that you're going to be acting on faith, a new relationship, a new something coming in, and you have to make the choice. The Two of Cups, the Two of Wands is also all about a choice point. Are you going to fill these people in to make them a little more comfortable so that they don't think you're crazy wackadoo? Or are you just going to straight up be more, like, silent? Now, the energy that you do need more of is open communication and Mercury and presence. So, I don't know. All in all, I feel like Spirit's kind of hinting for you to lean towards tell people what you're doing with presence. But that's ultimately, like I said, up to you. Let's clarify why the Hermit is here. There could also be a new relationship with a Virgo coming in for you, for some of you. Yeah, there's just a lot of mental resets and awakenings, like, happening for you at this time. And a lot of endings. The Hermit is clarified by the Hanged Man and also the Justice card. So it's like you're caught with a certain download. I think a lot of you could have been trying to run away from something that Spirit has been telling you for a long time, or you were trying to run away from actually acting on what Spirit was telling you for a long time. You have the Ten of Swords here as well. So there could be a major ending in September. You know, something comes to a complete close here that actually shocks you. So there could be something, you know, that you're witnessing that's like a very challenging ending that people are dealing with around you, or that you're dealing with, that actually you're being full-blown sent into spiritual understanding, and you're resetting your mind. Like I said, part of this Queen of Swords in reverse is you, but it's mainly external energy, I feel. So let's see, why is the Queen of Swords here? There could be people who are trying to act like they're upset with you, but why is the Queen of Swords here? Damn. I just feel like for a lot of you, it's about this Hermit. It's about the shift in your energy that people are going to actually misinterpret. You're going to be doing this, right? You're actually going to be making peace with yourself and the universe, and people are going to label it as this. I mean, I still get it to this day, but especially when I first started this channel, it was like I was in this energy, doing what I was destined to do, and people were labeling it as this. Can you see that mystic? Oh my God. So it's like something like that here. It also could have to do with you being more authentic and not giving a crap anymore, and like letting the chips fall where they may, because the Queen of Swords in reverse is also clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Sun. So I feel like you're letting go of situations that are not making you happy. That frequency is going to be like this. Like, I'm letting go of situations that are not making me happy. I'm going to do my own thing. And then people are going to come in and be like, this is what they're going to think that you're missing out on something. Now, a lot of you, as a result of this disconnection, may temporarily run into feelings of missing out, FOMO, fear of missing out. But you have to realize that that's an illusion, because you're not missing out on anything but a karmic train ride. Honestly, it won't feel like it at first, but you know that's what it is. Let's clarify why the Four of Cups is your challenge. Why is the Four of Cups in your challenge? Judgment in reverse. King of Cups. Yeah, there's someone trying to like financially control, like, okay, someone may feel that you are causing trauma to their legacy. You know what I mean? The Four of Cups in your challenge is clarified by the Judgment card in reverse and the King of Cups. This is someone who's saying, Scorpio, I love you. I love you, and the only reason that you're giving me anxiety because I love you. And you're like, your definition of love is wrong. Like, that's what you're going to be realizing, because the Four of Cups is also clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. So I feel like you're detaching yourself from it's either like your old goals, like you could have wanted to create a Ten of Pentacles frequency where it was all about the gold and glitter, creating a shiny life. Like, I just want to be wealthy, and I don't care what I do. I'll do anything to create that. I will do anything. I will stomp on anyone to create that wealth. And now you might have also you might have looked up to someone who did that, and then now you're realizing the truth of it. Like, oh my God, like this person is in their heart, but something's off, I'm out. And then all of a sudden you have someone coming up to you being like, Scorpio, I don't approve of this because you're forever attached to my legacy, and you doing this really hurts me. And then you're going to be like, well, then I think that you were never really in a relationship with me. You were never in a relationship with a character that you assigned me as. And they're going to be like, what are you talking about? So yeah, they're not going to get it. It's just going to... So that's why it's like, what do you want to do here? What do you want to do? With that being said, I hope that you have a great... your destiny's coming on board. You're going to be feeling good emotions within your destiny, but remember everything I said.